that I have my number pattern up to 6 terms, the next thing it asked me to do is create a table of values and a graph for this pattern using a Google Sheet to show the first 8 terms of the pattern, spelling mistake, and then take a screenshot of your graph and paste it below. So we're going to actually do that for the table of values too. So of your table of values and your graph and paste it below. All right. So we're going to use a program called Google Sheets. And if you haven't used it before, this is how you'd get to it. Now, I know I've put one in your assignment that's all set up for you, and it's going to look like this, where it says patterning with technology. Even though it's kind of blank, it's got these tabs set up for you. But if you're ever just opening this for yourself to figure out a math problem, you'd go into your little waffle, and Google Sheets would be somewhere in your apps, and you could create a new sheet. But let's go back, look at our pattern, and go into Google Sheets. So we're going to create a table of values for this pattern. So I'm just going to use, well, first I'm going to put my name on it. And this I want to show you when you're in Google Sheets, if you click on a cell, these are all called cells, and you start typing, whatever was there before is gone now. So if I wanted to type my name, there it is, and now name's gone. But if I wanted to edit a cell so that it still said name, I'd click on it, and then I could go up here. This is like my working box up here. I could click on it, and I can see the cursor, and now I could write my name, and that's how you can edit it. Or you can double click on the box and then get your cursor where you want it to edit. Okay, just a little quick tip on using Sheets. This is probably a lot of your first time using this program. Okay, now I want to make a table of contents. Well, when I'm working with a pattern where I have no context, like I just have pictures or numbers to work with, I can title my T-chart or my table of values term on one side and term value on the other side. Now, I know I wanted to create it to 8 terms. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On my term side, and my term value, I'm going to go back to my picture of the pattern, and I remember, oh yeah, that's where those numbers were. So I was figuring out how many shapes were in each term. So we had 3, 7, 11, and we're going up by 4 each time. So 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. And we even went to 23. So I wanted to show you something new. Computers, they're pretty smart. And this program is designed to kind of help you figure out patterns. And this can do a whole bunch of stuff with any type of data that you put into it. When I say data, I'm usually just talking about numbers. If I hold down Shift and highlight my term values, so they're all highlighted. And then I grab this little circle. See, when I hover over the circle, I become a target. And I'm going to hold down my click with one finger. And then on the traction, I'm going to extend my graph down to number 8. Then I'm going to let go and check this out. The computer, being so smart, it figured out that we're going up by 4 every time here. So what did it do? It extended the pattern to 27 and 31 without me even putting anything in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this is the answer to one of my questions. So if I want to take a screenshot, I'm going to hold down Control, Shift, and above the 4, there's a square with 2 lines beside it. So if I click all those together, now I can highlight an area like this, and I can click the camera to capture. And then I can go back into my assignment and I can paste it. And I'm just going to move it over here because that's where I want my table of values. All right, good stuff. Okay, now we got to graph it. And you might be like, hey, whoa, Mr. Davis, we haven't talked about graphing yet this year. That's okay. I want to show you how you can graph using Sheets with a couple clicks of a button. So now what I want to do is I want to highlight my table of values, including where it says term and term value. And then I'm going to look up here across the top, and there should be a button that kind of looks like graphs. Insert chart. See that? How that button kind of looks like a bar graph? I'm going to click insert chart. And I want a line graph. So this is perfect. And it's showing me my term across the bottom, and it's showing me my term value up the side. This is called my y-axis, and the bottom is called my x-axis. And if I look at term 2, see where my blue line cuts through? There's my plots. It comes through right at 7. I could rename the title if I want, and I could call it pattern 1. And so now that I have my graph, I'm going to do another screen grab, or I could probably also just copy and paste it by highlighting it, Control-C, and bring it over to my work. I'm going to paste it unlinked. And I'm just going to make it smaller so it fits in the box I made for it. So that's all I'm looking for you to do.